Ever wondered why some instruments come with a factory cover, like that plotter in the middle, while others don't? Same here. We have no idea why engine panels are just expected to sit there, exposed to water, salt, and sun with zero protection. Why wouldn't the manufacturer of, let's be honest, not exactly cheap engines think about the fact that these panels will probably end up in the cockpit? But we felt like changing that. We decided to design and print the covers we actually need, all by ourselves. Well, with a little help from a talented designer in Krakow. We started by nailing down exactly what we needed: internal and external dimensions, wall thickness, the works. Height and width were easy enough, just a matter of measuring the panel. But then there are the rounded corners. What the radius to make sure that covers fits nice and snug? And how do you actually attach it to the instrument panel?
Oops.
Should we mount a permanent frame and have it clicked into place? A fully 3D printed clip system? Would that even be practical to use? But someone said the magic word: magnets. I know what you're thinking. Magnets in the cockpit, right next to the compass? Relax, not all magnets are created equal. We found some that are small but powerful, yet they only have a very short range. They only mess with the compass if you put them right on top of it. The next step was designing the covers with magnet pockets. They had to be tight, press-fit match for the magnets. We also designed a frame for the cockpit wall with matching magnets to pair them up, step by step. Every curve, edge, the margin was carefully thought out, measured, and refined. There isn't much room for winging it here. You have to work within the limits of what the technology can actually do. Even the size of the cover turned out to be a challenge. It was too big for the 3D printer we had available. We had a dilemma. Do we print it in pieces and glue it together, or outsource it to a bigger and more expensive machine? After some brainstorming and test prints, we got our first prototype. Does it fit?
So for us, that could be thicker.
We kept designing, shaving a bit of here, adding a bit of there, more measuring, more tweaking. Another prototype made its way in a carry-on bag from Krakow to Hailing.
You're going to put this frame here. You just put a bead of sealant around here, and you put the frame and you press it down and you leave it, and it dries.
The next day.
And tomorrow you can come and put the cover on and the job is finished.
Using a frame to hold the matching magnets seemed like a good idea, but we were tempted to simplify the design. We tried tucking the magnets under the engine panel's gaskets, and that turned out to be an even better solution. The magnets are strong enough to work right through the plastic of the cover. Of course, there were more tweaks and refinements. Measure, fix, print, repeat. The next prototype got the assistant's seal of approval. Another test fit, looking good. Well, almost. Still perfecting it. And finally, we hope, the last few adjustments. Instead of a solid block, we're using a honeycomb infill. It creates a hexagonal grid inside the model, gives it amazing strength without wasting filament. Sure, it takes a bit longer to print than simpler patterns, but in return we got a cover that's solid yet lightweight. That's the goal. For the material, we went with ASA, acrylonitrile styrene acrylate. It's a technical grade plastic known for being super resistant to UV weather at high temperatures, even to 100 degrees Celsius. It's tough and rigid. Then we pick the texture. Aesthetics matter, but so does practicality. It needs to be easy to clean, but not so slippery that it slides out of your hand. We also didn't want it too shiny. Nobody needs extra glare in the cockpit. Color-wise, same deal. Mixing style with function. We wanted it to look sharp. White, black, something like 15 shades of, well, one gray. We even designed a logo and a manufacturer name. This is where my art school background finally came in handy. Honestly, not to brag, but it looks pretty sweet. Time to print. I don't know about you, but that was my first time seeing 3D printing in action. It wasn't quite what I imagined. Pretty cool, right? What you're looking at is one of the two covers from our Vitus engine panels. The result? Better than we expected. It's a bit like glazing ceramics. You never know exactly how the final product will look until it's done. This was a very happy surprise. The flow test passed. In a bowl, not the ocean, but let's not be picky. It floats no matter how it hits the water. The grip test passed. You don't have to wrestle with the magnets, but the wind isn't going to blow it away either. We're pretty proud of ourselves. Let us know in the comments what you think. Maybe someone else out there needs cover like this. We'll be happy to help. See you!